1908. She was looking for an expression. In German we have a word for this, but in English you just say to have a crush on someone or to fall in love with someone. But this term limerence, which I will give you some more input on, means something more defined. And she said limerence is an involuntary cognitive and emotional state in which a person feels an intense romantic desire for another person. The concept of limerence is an attempt at a scientific study into nature of romantic love. So maybe as some more background information, the IMM where I work, I'm the only female professor. We have one female teacher, and the next semester 40 students are all male. So there's not yet, we don't have women yet who study, because it comes from the sound engineer background, the engineering background is maybe not yet so interesting for women. So I thought it might be a radical gesture to do something that is so cliche for a woman, to do research on romantic love. A little bit of background, a little bit of theory to understand what limerence is. Dorothy Tanoff, as I said, 77, 79, defined the basic components of limerence, and I think we all know them. They've never been defined in the scientific community before. She did it first and was quite brave to do so, because, well, it's a bit of a cliche and taboo to talk about something like this in the scientific community. So the basic components are intrusive thinking about the limerent object. The limerent object is the person you have a crush on. They are called LO, the limerent objects. Second, acute longing for reciprocation. You want the other, of course, you want the other person to feel the same for you. And I think everybody knows what I'm talking about in this room. Third, some fleeting and relief from unrequited limerence through vivid imaging of action by the limerent object that means reciprocation. Fourth, fear of rejection and unsettling shyness, dry mouth, you can hardly talk, you're not yourself basically in the limerent object's presence. Fifth, intensification through adversity, so if you feel really bad about the situation, it becomes even more intense. Sixth, acute sensitivity to any act, thought or condition that can be interpreted in your favor, and an extraordinary ability to devise, fabricate, or even invent reasonable explanations for why neutral actions of the limerent object are signs of a hidden passion in the limerent object. Seventh, a general intensity of feeling that leaves other concerns in the background, so you can hardly work or concentrate on any other subject. It's the intensified feelings directed toward the LO. And a remarkable ability to emphasize what is truly admirable in the limerent object, and to avoid dwelling on the negative, or even render it to another positive attribute. So these are the basic components of limerence. That's how it's defined, to have a crush on someone. Well, love has been called, especially in the 20th century, a madness, an obsession, a mental condition. You're almost mentally ill if you have what Dorothy Tanoff called limerence, if you're limerent. And madness implies loss of control and inspires fear. The society doesn't want us to be mentally insane. In its involuntariness, limerence conflicts with the fundamental position of the Judeo-Christian philosophy, which holds that humans are free, rational, and therefore responsible creatures. When you're in a mental condition of obsession, you're neither free, rational, or even responsible. So the acceptance of normal insanity, having a crush on someone, being in love with someone, of involuntary irrationality as an inherent pattern of thought and performance has an unacceptable flavor to society. That's what kicked me. This was the point where I got interested in the subject. It's an idea so subversive to traditional belief systems that this may be an important reason why limerence and non-limerence, the statistic have, they're humans who never fall in love, who are never limerent, who think Hollywood movies, love music, romantic comedies are just fiction. So this might be an important reason why limerence and non-limerence were not isolated and defined sooner. I mean, we are talking about the late 17th, and it's only starting very slowly. Scientific research in the different fields of whether it's natural science or humanities. Still a taboo. And it's been reported that approximately 85% of popular music concerns love. I mean, if you think about it, it's obvious. The relationship between love and music is strong for the most of us. I think almost everybody here knows this for themselves. And also it's financially profitable to hold limerence as an ideal, not only for the music industry. If you think of traveling, if you just imagine the advertising imagery that's used, traveling, jewelry, cosmetics, perfume, alcohol, aesthetic surgery, and so on. So I'm asking myself right now, what is the relationship between music and limerence? Is there any relationship? How can I come up with a project that makes sense in my community? So my sabbatical is coming up in a year from now, and I will spend the next year, besides teaching, about search and research to create a project for this sabbatical. And this project will emerge by combining 3 subjects. First, limerence and the individual. Limerence, as I said, having a crush, falling in love is a condition of a cognitive obsession. And obsessed humans are per definition not in control. But are they a danger to society? Are they uncontrollable? And what is this feeling, this obsession, limerence? I will do research in the fields of, for instance, philosophy, psychology, sociology, cognitive science, biology, so it's really a horizontal question. The second ingredient is limerence and society. Romantic love has been incorporated into culture of consumer capitalism in the 20th century. How are our expectations of love and romance influenced, perhaps even created, by advertising and the media? I mean, do we really have an idea what love is, or is it created outside of us? Are our feelings used to boost the market? Romance appears as a product of work, effort, and calculation. We say a relationship, a partnership, a love is work. You have to work in your relationship. So it's work, effort, and calculations as vocabulary we know from the market, from consumer capitalism. The rationality of the market shapes the expression of passion. So how is our notion of limerence created by consumerism, by the market? How is it used to make profit? These are questions that I'm interested in. And limerence in music, because I teach. I mean, my focus, I spend most of my time at a university of music. And as I said, almost every popular song is about love and limerence. Both are deeply connected for everybody. Music is a way to communicate our feelings. And